What's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and doing a recap over the stream today for the Mont Figure Skater, or I think her newest name is a little bit weird. I think it's like Cross Scale Mont, which honestly is a pretty name here. But we're going to be doing a whole recap of what was all discussed in that stream. So if you guys are interested in it, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But before we get into it, you guys already know what we're going to do. Before we continue with the video, be sure to support my channel by clicking the link in the description and starting a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, a legendary champion, as well as 4 awesome epics as you level up. Make sure to use the code Desert Queen as well to get another legendary if you want to, and this helps out not only just me but the channel a lot, so be sure to click that link and join me in Raid now. Okay, and we are back. As always, as I do say beforehand, be sure to check out my raid content as well here. We're trying to, of course, afford a new PC, and they're going to be helping us do it as well. You don't even got to play the game. Just use the sign up link that is in the description. It also will be in this comment section as well. Sign up using that link and I'll be at least happy for that. That's all you got to do is just sign up. You don't got to play the game or anything like that. Just sign up. But let's go ahead and get straight into it. So with this in mind, you guys, we have a lot of information when it does come down to this. First of all, the stream was amazing. You guys made it very freaking funny. Void hadn't slept, so of course there was a lot of things that happened with that, but we have a few things to go ahead and cover. Now, some of these things are going to rely not only on the announcement of course, our what's it called, our monts coming out, of course, but we're also going to have some things regarding like ASTROLABE that got introduced. We have all of those goodies that's happening. We got actually a little bit more inner thoughts of the new weapon that's coming for Wonder, being the new dagger. We got a couple things with chapter 3 being released, or at least another phase of it being released, and then the big one of all of it, which I feel like is probably the primary thing of the whole stream, which was LUFEL business plan. So that was always a good thing. So first things first, here we're going to take a look into my little area, being the Mont Figure Skater area, which was this beautiful woman right here. She finally got announced for the global in here, in which we do know that she is a dual type unit, of course, being the wind and ice unit, and she got a couple buffs. Now the buffs themselves weren't too stellar, if anything. I know there were a couple that were decent type buffs here, to mainly just her skill 3 and her skill 1, but majority of it was some small buffs. Honestly, I thought we were going to see something a little bit better for her when it came down to regarding this. Unfortunately, it wasn't anything too crazy here, which did kind of suck, because honestly, for what they showed, yeah, it was like 20% increase on majority of her things here. I think the only other thing that she got was on her main passive, where she gets 3 stacks of one of her little moves here. She now gets 4, which is cool. So if you guys are able to see it on my screen, which actually I should probably just pull up lufel.net now, so you guys are able to know exactly what I'm talking about here. But on lufel.net, we can take a look at Mont herself and see how she used, or at least how she used to be on the TW server. They have not updated it just yet. But on the TW server, for example, we had this move. It was at 65.9% for damage dealing. I think on global it's going to be like 93% how it is. So it did get a huge damage buff, or at least a decent damage buff, which is going to be great for this. For the morning dew crystals here, instead of having 1 of them gained, this actually got a buff for damage, while also getting now 2 of these being gained from this move. You still wouldn't be using the skill 2 unless you're using the ice form, so this isn't really going to be affecting anything, because the ice part of this did not get buffed at all, only just the wind part, and we're not really going to be using the second skill for the wind part, just the first skill. So honestly, first skill got a nice buff. It was decent, it was all right. Third skill got a buff as well. I think instead of 82%, it's around in the 90s% for attack damage, which is always great. And then we're able to, of course, have, instead of a 3 stack here for the morning dew crystal, it actually goes up to a higher cap of 4 stacks. Main reason because they changed her A0, and instead of it just being only these lines, which you guys can read for yourself as well here if you want to check it out, instead of just having this, they ended up adding that now her I'm just gonna call them the what is it called, morning dew crystals, or either the Dense Shield crystals themselves or winter night crystals. Those themselves are now able to give you attack bonuses, and it's a permanent attack bonus. It can stack, of course. I think it's up to 4 or 5 times there, and she is getting a decent, I think the perma buff was 32% overall when you have all the stacks for her attack. So mainly her A0 got buffed. She got some buffs to her like A4, and then I think a buff to her A6, but really it wasn't anything too stellar here. They didn't change all too much with the character. And of course, when it did come down to her highlights, she did get a huge buff to her highlight, being around like, I think it was a 60% extra increase on this. I think it was in the 200s for the amount of attack that she had, which was freaking great. So she did have some bonuses. She had some decent things. The ice form got a bonus on the skill 3, but it honestly wasn't anything too crazy. Now, if we go ahead and take a look in the jocks, and you guys already know this is our #1 Mont advocate. Even him saying with the Mont buffs, it was very lackluster, right? It unfortunately, even as they say here, it feels like it does absolutely nothing, especially with the ice form. And that's mainly because the only form that they did buff throughout the entire stream was just the wind form. The ice form got like maybe a hint of buffs here, but it wasn't anything that was actually going to make the ice form usable. So that was a little bit of a sad thing to say. But along with said stream here, we were introduced to a couple other things, being the chapter 3 phase 3. If you guys don't know exactly where that is, it's going to be taking place at the final part of the palace. Technically there is still one more other part, but that's more of a bonus area. It's going to be the final part, and you're going to have a huge event when it does come down to this as well, that will give you plenty of gems, and including by completing the palace and probably a little bit of mementos if they have that in there, you will be able to get Jack Frost out of there. So to show what I'm talking about here, we can skip a little bit ahead into the actual stream. So the palace should be here if I'm correct. Hold on, let's go ahead and play. Yeah, okay, dang it, they kind of went through it a little too quick. Can I see the palace real quick, please? Thank you. There it is. So we have the palace. It looks something like this. Obviously there's going to be new little puzzles and stuff to solve. Should be easy for a lot of you guys, and it's honestly going to give you a lot of gems and stuff out of this. So this is always going to be great for you guys to go ahead and do, and that will obviously have its different changes here. Now, I did say this about the buffs. I meant to actually show some of this as well to show off the buffs here. But for example, this is the skill 1. It's 73.8% of wind attack damage, and then on here you can see it's only 65.9%. so it wasn't a huge buff. It was like a small buff, made the character a little bit better, but it doesn't seem like it's going to make anything too crazy here, which is always great to see, or at least bad to see, I guess, in this standpoint. But it's good to see that she's getting any buffs in general, which is always nice. Now we are having a event for Mont as well that's going to be coming out. So if you guys have not, of course, done this just yet, or done any of the other ones such as for Cherish and Mesa, be sure to get those completed, because then when Mont comes, they will be locked and you would have to unlock them with this lovely key here in order to continue them. So be sure to, of course, do the limited time event here, and that's going to be great. Then we talked about ASTROLABE. ASTROLABE is one of the game modes that I keep talking about and raving about quite often here. And all it is essentially just a bunch of gimmick fights. Each of these gimmick fights are going to have a certain amount of turns that you need to beat them in, and you want to try to complete them in that one run. By doing so, you get those rewards at the bottom, and they will be helpful for completing and what's it called, upgrading your characters for the inner MINDSCAPE tab, meaning you're getting obviously some extra bonuses, and we'll go more on that as well. But keep in mind, these are very scarce resources. ASTROLABE doesn't reset nearly as much as a bunch of guys may think it will. So try to save a lot of these resources for characters that you truly do love, or characters that are really good inside of different long run type circumstances. So use them wisely. Another thing that you got to know about this is if you do lose your team, don't worry, you can continue the fight with a different team. Just every character that you do use it in this mode will only start with like 1 or 2 tries at first, so they are try limited, and you will need to, of course, make sure you're able to complete everything with the amount of tries that you get. I think every week you get more tries, but it just depends on how they're going to end up doing this. But try to complete it in one go, not multiple. It'll save you a lot of time, though it is going to be very difficult. Now let's see, they showed a little bit of gameplay of it. The best way to explain it is Velvet Trial type fights. But if we continue moving on up here, I'm pretty sure they showed us a couple more things. Oh yes, we got a little bit more information on the Mindscape. So they showed us the Mindscape a little bit here, and it's gonna look something like this. You guys already know we have the outer side of it. The inner side is what's getting unlocked, and this will obviously boost you. So for example, for Joker, we have increased damage multi, enhanced skill 1 and highlights, increased critical rate, enhanced skill 2 and skill 3. There's obviously a bunch of things that's going to be unlocked for different characters, so you will now have this. This outer bubble won't be unlocked to a way longer time. We recently got it out, or at least unlocked on TW. So don't get confused by this. It won't be unlocked immediately. It'll be out way down the line for you guys. To just focus on this outer ring and focus on this inner ring now, seeing that we are getting the stuff for it. Next thing that we want to talk about a little bit, as I mentioned at the beginning, was the Abyssal Fang, seeing that this is the new dagger for Wonder. Now this is a DPS dagger. It increases attack, damage, and crit damage, which is going to help him actually deal way more damage in general. You'll be able to get some of this through the palace. So I mean, like, just by doing the palace, you'll be able to get this dagger. And then of course you can use Compendio coins to exchange more of these on out to get the dupes for the dagger as well. So be able to do that as well if you really want to make Wonder a DPS. Then we had, of course, the update where if you have level 70 or 80 characters, or 75 to 80 characters, you're getting these little materials. Nothing too crazy about it. But lastly, going over the LUFEL business plan. Now this is a huge thing, and I want to actually spend some time talking on this a little bit here, because this is already something that TW does not have. I think it's going to be a global exclusive. So you're getting a 5-star weapon of your choice, which is going to be great to see. It's going to be inside that box. You'll be able to get that 5-star weapon. I don't know if there's going to be more stuff like that, such as like if they make another LUFEL business plan, which who knows if they will. But obviously we know that the weapons are going to be in here, so choose your weapon wisely. But alongside of this here, you have that ticket right beside the weapons case that you see for the clear 7 step 1 mission. Now what that ticket is actually a ticket to a limited weapon duplicate. So if you have like a limited weapon for I don't know, Makoto Nijima, right? She has an R0 weapon, R0 5-star weapon, no dupes in it at all. Well, to dupe up a weapon to R1, you need to have another limited weapon that is going to be Makoto's, right? Well, this ticket kind of like bypasses that. Once you have enough of these fragments to make this said ticket, it acts as if it is the limited weapon itself. So instead of me having to have a Makoto Nijima weapon dupe out my R1 weapon, I don't need that. I just need this ticket. It will go ahead and dupe that on out, and then I can go ahead and get the R2 by sacrificing a random 5-star weapon. Now essentially it seems like they're giving shards for this, to these fragments for it. So once you do get all these fragments, you'll be able to use it, and that'll be great. We obviously have some of the events shown for the story, which is obviously going to be great here. Be sure to do all of this stuff. Metaverse exploration, main story is going to be a lot of things that you guys need to pay attention to, and that would be awesome. And then of course we have some of the half anniversary information here that's been happening that we already seen. A lot of this stuff has already been added. We already know that's going on, and it's pretty much just an overview of what's been going down. So don't have to worry about this too much. Then they kind of yapped for a while, so I think that's all I really need to cover in today's video. And if you guys did like this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. It's kind of saddening though. Oh wait, one thing I want to say, of course, we get 7 weapon pulls from daily login, 500 jewels on stream, and then another 500 jewels for maintenance gifts. So of course be sure to get those on out as well, and then including 5 Tagoar bells. But with this all in mind here, I want to say I was expecting a little bit more. I'm kind of sad that they did not make Mont as good as I thought she'd be. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section. How did you feel about the stream? Did you think it was really good? Did you think it was bad? Was it mediocre? Let me know down below, because I want to hear you guys' opinions on it. But for now, thank y'all for watching, and peace on out. Be sure to support my channel by clicking the link in the description and starting a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, a legendary champion, as well as 4 awesome epics as you level up. Make sure to use the code Desert Queen as well to get another legendary if you do want to. And this helps out not only just me, but the channel a lot. So be sure to click that link and join me in Raid now. I appreciate all you guys, and peace out.